Welcome back to the City Current Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference and powering the good. And in this case, we're talking about getting engaged in education. We're honored to be joined by Alayna Cate, Director of Partnerships at Pencil, and we'll talk all about Pencil and the good work they're doing. But let's start out. Alayna, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing good. So, Pencil, it's an acronym. Go ahead and dive in. Give us some context, and then we'll dive into the programs a lot deeper. But give us some context around Pencil.
Okay, definitely. Pencil is an acronym for Public Education Needs Community Involvement and Leadership. It's a mouthful, so we just go by Pencil. And our mission is to link community resources to Metro Nashville Public Schools. And we've been doing this since 1982. As the boots on the ground resource recruiter for the school district, we find it really important to get community members involved. Community engagement and volunteerism is super important for our public schools.
When you look at school supplies, helping students, helping teachers, we'll talk all about a new opportunity for the physical engagement and making that seamless and easy. So the volunteerism side. Touch on kind of the importance of the community overall. I think it goes without saying, but touch on overall the importance of community engagement within the public school system.
Absolutely. So Pencil recruits people to get involved in schools, businesses, community groups, other nonprofit organizations, and just individuals who have any interest on giving back to our students and teachers. And we do that through two primary programs. One is our partnership program, where we really cater those relationships to what the business partner can provide and has the capacity for, and what they're looking to get out of it. And also what the school district is saying that they need and what the schools are saying that they need to see from volunteers and community members. And our second program is the DG Pencil Box, which is sponsored by Dollar General. And that is our free teacher supply store. So all teachers in Metro Nashville Public Schools can get free supplies from us once per month and save lots of money out of their own pockets.
Let's go ahead and start with on the business side. If you're sitting down with a business and you're saying, okay, let's have this conversation around engagement. You kind of alluded to, school supplies, engagement, what things in terms of, opportunities for mentorship and showing new career paths. Like there's a lot of ways that businesses can get involved and benefit the students and the schools and the teachers. So when you're sitting down with a business, talk about some of the questions you like to ask to figure out, okay, how can we start steering them in the right direction?
Yeah, absolutely. There's one really great example that jumps off the top of my head. The Omni Hotel here at Nashville is a Pencil partner, and they're partnered with a couple of high schools who have the Academy pathway of hospitality. And so students in those pathways, they're high school students, get to go to the Omni Hotel, get to see the inner workings of what it takes to run a large hotel like that. And so they're seeing kitchen work, they're seeing laundry, they're seeing background engineering, front desk, HR. So it's one partnership, but it's a lot of opportunity for students. And so when we sit down with a business partner, we really want to know, what is the business partner wanting to get out of the relationship, and what is the purpose for them to be giving back to schools? And we try to work that into a really meaningful relationship with the school. So eventually, as the connector, Pencil can be hands off and the relationship grows from there.
Yeah, dive in deeper on that side, because I think that is interesting in the sense that you're the catalyst to get the relationship started, but ultimately you want to directly connect them in with a specific school individual. So in other words, you're kind of the liaison, the concierge approach to getting them involved. But talk about kind of that process of the start versus the handoff to get them directly involved.
Yeah, the process is unique each time. Every relationship is different, but typically we have a business person come to the table and say, I want to be partnered with the schools, or I want to give back to the schools. And from there, we have a meeting. We give them all the information that they will need up front. What am I getting myself into? And then we take them, we hold their hands through the first couple of visits and engagements with the schools. We introduce, we do a tour. We make sure that the match is a good match. And then from there, they know the people at the school and the business is recognized at the school. And so that relationship grows over time, and pencil plays a role of maintaining it. And so we've built the relationship, it's established, they're doing engagements with the school, they're mentoring students, they're doing field trips, job shadows, things like that. And pencil is there to track the engagement, and we want to calculate the number of hours that they're spending and the investments they're making, and also just keep tabs on the relationship and make sure that everything's going well. And that's the role that we play. That's an ideal scenario.
Yeah, you mentioned Omni as a great example. What's another one that kind of stands out to you that's top of mind in terms of a business getting plugged in and, going the extra mile to really work with a school?
There's another couple of high school examples. Bridgestone has headquartered in Middle Tennessee. So they have a partnership with Maplewood High School. They've actually built out the nation's first full service auto mechanic shop. That's a Bridgestone Firestone shop in the school. And so students are choosing the automotive pathway in their academy to really learn from Bridgestone employees, from mentors that come in and out from Bridgestone, and it's really awesome to witness that. Then there's also the U.S. Community Credit Union, who has a full-fledged credit union in one of our high schools, maybe more than one, don't quote me on that. U.S. Community Credit Union does a lot with our high school students as well. So the students are learning banking, and they're learning what it's like to work inside one of the smaller branch locations, alongside all of their regular course curriculum.
Yeah, and I think all of this, it provides access to new opportunities, to new career paths that they might not have thought about before, real life application, so all of these things I think are really beneficial, especially for when you talk about youth and really giving them all these opportunities to grow and mature before they get into college and the real world adulting, as we all the things we do as adults. Talk about the school supply side, because I think obviously this is something that's critically important for the students and for the teachers. And so talk about how we as the community can get more plugged into the school supply drive.
Definitely. So the partnership side, which I've been talking about, is one way that business people can get involved, in community members. But another way is through the DG Pencil Box. We call it the box sometimes, and that's where teachers can come and get their free school supplies. And really all teachers have to do is sign up on our website for a shopping appointment. We call it shopping, but everything's free for them. And they just take as much stuff as they need for their classroom, which is really nice. And we've got lots of teacher testimonials. And as a former teacher, I think it's one of the coolest things that we do. The way that partners can get involved and volunteers, we have corporate groups who come and volunteer, and they'll make flashcards and they'll make bulletin board cutouts and help organize the store and stock the shelves. And so there's lots of ways that even a single volunteer up to a corporate group can come and help out at the Pencil Box. We've also started doing in-house volunteer opportunities through the box, where we will bring everything you need to make a kit for teachers. And so we'll bring like a bag, all of the supplies that are going to go into the bag, and then you and your corporate group or whoever is participating in the volunteer moment can pack the bag for the teachers. And then we send those off and say, this was built by, X company, which is really nice.
For you as a former teacher, you mentioned receiving a lot of testimonials, and I think the public sometimes, forgets or doesn't even know that in many cases, the teacher out of their own paycheck is having to go and get supplies and things for their classroom, for the students. And so this takes a huge relief, or it gives them a huge relief to be able to have access to this. So talk about what it means for you as a former teacher to have access to these supplies for free.
Definitely. I taught for 2 years and spent hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars out of my own pocket in just that amount of time. So when I look across the district and see, thousands of teachers here who may be doing the same thing, I find it to be really fortunate that Nashville has this infrastructure for teachers. And so last fiscal year, we were able to provide $3.5 million worth of supplies in teachers' hands. And so that itself is something to celebrate, and we do, but we are always trying to listen to our teachers and see, okay, well, what are the things that you maybe didn't get from the pencil box that you would like to, or other ways that we can fulfill the needs that you're having in your classroom. Things like pencils, paper, notebooks, we always have those things, but what are the other things that maybe we can also help provide?
We've been talking about volunteerism, the physical engagement side. You have Pencil Connect, which is really specifically designed for this. So dive into Pencil Connect.
Definitely. Pencil Connect is our free online platform, which matches community volunteers to school needs. And so we're asking our schools to post their volunteer needs on Pencil Connect, which looks like any other kind of registration portal. You can search through the events that are posted and select the one that you want to register for. It gives you all the details, date, time, who to contact when you get there, where to park, things like that. And so it's another really great way for people to get involved and get their start in giving back to the schools. So for example, you may have a teacher post a Pencil Connect opportunity that is just help me move the books from one side of the room to the other, help me kind of clean up my classroom. You may have someone post on Pencil Connect that they need 25 volunteers for career day. And so we'll get different business people in the room to share their career experience with students. And it goes all the way from K to 12, before school, after school, during school. It's really great for someone who wants to give back, but maybe doesn't have the capacity to do a formal partnership with a school. So Pencil Connect is definitely accessible to everyone. We also do free background checks for everyone. So if you're signing up on Pencil Connect, you'll be asked to be background checked, of course, to be in front of students. And so we take care of that too.
That's awesome. Touch on financial donations, because obviously you have the power to leverage those dollars in a very large way. So talk about financial donations.
Every dollar matters. Of course, we are a nonprofit. We raise all the funds that we need to operate year to year. And for every $1 donated to Pencil, we're able to return $2 worth of support to our schools. And so when you think about operating a nonprofit, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of grant writing and individual donations and corporate gifts. Our development team is really great about soliciting those gifts and caring for our donors and making every dollar go as far as it possibly can. And so we are always welcoming donations as well, but specifically at our fundraisers and annual events throughout the year, which I find to be really fun. And I think Pencil does a great job of putting on some annual events.
Touch on the ripple effect, because when you think about pouring into our youth, these are our kids, these are our, future leaders, our future entrepreneurs, our workforce. And so as you think about this in the larger context of why the community should support Pencil, there's a lot of reasons that go into kind of giving future growth and opportunities for the community at large. So talk about kind of the ripple effect of supporting Pencil and what you're doing for the community at large.
Absolutely. Some people see this value immediately, but giving to Pencil and donating your time to students in Metro Nashville is only going to increase the return on your investment over time. These are our future doctors and police officers and teachers. And so we want to encourage everyone to give back and to get involved, whether or not you have children or you have any interest in being in a school. There are ways for you to help steer the direction that our city is headed. And it really starts with our youth. And I think Pencil does a great job of recognizing that and encouraging anyone to get involved in whatever way feels right to them. We make it easy, we're accessible. And so I think that is definitely important for everyone to consider.
Once again, for you as a former teacher, what statement does it make to have Pencil, to have the community support Pencil when you look at the support to the teachers, to know that, hey, the community cares? Like, what statement does that make for the teachers?
It's unique. It really is. I didn't teach in Nashville, but I wish I had, because the community is really strong here. And the more you learn about all of the opportunities and services and just wrap around care that is going on for our students, the more you want to get involved. It makes you feel good about what's going on in our city and really getting involved. What better way to learn yourself is to be in front of students and teachers. It is unique. I am so fortunate, and teachers in Nashville are so fortunate to have this, because not every school district has a Pencil, right? The free store is more common now than it was before, when I was teaching, but it's not everywhere. And so I feel really, really comfortable and confident to say that Nashville is a great place to teach, a great place to live and work in the public education system. And there's a lot of, even beyond Pencil, there's a lot of support for our teachers here.
Yeah, and I think that plays into the teacher recruitment and retention. And I think that's another special piece of the equation. So wrap up with where we can go to learn more, to carry these conversations forward, to get involved with Pencil. So website, social media, phone number, email, what do you want to throw at us?
Yes, thank you. Let's go to pencilforschools.org. It's pencil, F-O-R, schools.org. And reach out anytime if you have any interest at all in getting involved. We also have virtual options. So if you're not in Nashville, you can still get involved.
That makes it very easy. Well, thank you for all you do. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.